Somebody told me one of the biggest things that you can do to succeed is to niche down. And here I am, just about 6 years later, coming to tell you why I finally figured out that that was terrible advice. When I first got started with all of my creative endeavors and discovered that I liked doing creative things, I was drawing and painting and I was making stuff without really a care in the world as to why I was making or doing what I was doing, other than that I really enjoyed and loved doing it. Nothing was really off limits. I could make whatever I wanted. I even dabbled in writing, little short stories, all kinds of things. And I really enjoyed it. Obviously, I never got too far with the drawing and painting thing. I can neither draw nor paint to save my soul, but it is something that I would definitely like to learn. But then I picked up photography. And photography was something that I found that I enjoyed perhaps more than the other things. I was just in love with the process and experimenting and trying different things. I wasn't like, oh, what if I don't do it right? I wasn't worried about that. And so I tried it with everything. I tried it with landscapes, portraits, those two genres being my favorites for a long time. So I tried all kinds of things. I wasn't limiting myself in terms of, oh, I can only shoot this or I can only shoot that. No, I didn't lock myself into anything until I decided I wanted to get serious. And so then it was a process of trying to figure out what genre of photography, what thing am I going to do and get really good at, and I'm going to provide that as a service. And so I thought, well, what about portraits? And that led to shooting weddings and that led to senior photos, all kinds of stuff like that, or corporate headshots. Senior photo. What if I do video? And that turned into commercials, and that turned into YouTube videos, which I massively enjoy the YouTube videos. The commercials, not so much, if I'm perfectly honest. And I think a lot of that is because I felt like once I picked something, I had to stick with that thing and that thing only. And I'm kind of getting burned out. If you've watched the last couple of videos that I've done, you'll know I've been playing around with street photography a little bit, which is not really a genre of photography that I ever really saw myself shooting, and yet I have massively enjoyed the challenge of learning to shoot that style of photography. It's very new to me, and it's been very enjoyable. I've learned things, and I've grown in a lot of ways. And I understand niching down to be successful. That makes sense. But I feel like the mistake that I made was taking that advice and applying it to the entirety of my creative life. Being like, you can only do this one thing. Even when you're off the clock and you're not working, this is the one thing that you can do to be creative. It's like saying if you're a portrait photographer, all you're ever going to shoot is portraits. You can't play with anything else in your own free time, which obviously is ridiculous. But I feel like that's the direction I went without realizing it. I felt like, oh, I have to pick something and stick with it. I have to niche down in my own creative life and only do this one thing. And as a result of that, I burned out. So I guess what I'm really trying to say is this. When someone tells you to niche down, don't take it personally. And by that I mean, don't apply it to the entirety of your creative life. You can make, you can shoot, you can do whatever you want to do. Let yourself live a little bit. You only have one life here anyway. So that's it. Just a quick one this week. It's been very enjoyable. Let me know if you like the new style of shooting. And if so, I think I might continue making videos this way. It's been a very enjoyable process. Anyway, that's all for now. I will see you guys next week. Take care, be creative, and have fun. Bye, y'all. I feel like I need a hat. Do the thing that McKinnon used to do back in the old days. I don't know if that's the right thing to say, but, you know, back when he used to not be at 5 million subs, take a hat and just go shoo. I guess I need some way of just ending the video. Although, if we're being technical, all I have to do is push the record button again. It's not that hard, Paul.